Clock in, clock in. Black Gotti just walked in.
I don't need nobody, only fuck with niggas from around my way. Fuck how you feel about it. I don't know who's stepping for my section, but they still tryna block it. Had to throw the 8 up on my necklace, bitch, I'm tryna stop it, bitch. I don't even wash my clothes, cause I ain't never folded. Had to wipe a nigga nose.
Team Black Gotti stand up, man. Yo. Alright, y'all, we back with another video, man. And the topic we touching on right now, man, is about Henry Ruggs III. And if you don't know who Henry Ruggs was, he was a former Raiders superstar wide receiver who ended up getting himself in some deep when he was driving under the influence, and he ended up killing a woman and her dog.
Anyone inside the vehicle? I couldn't hear it.
And even though bro was a good player and overall a good student at Alabama, he still ended up making a terrible decision, bro. That's why I say all it takes is really one decision to make everything go left. And this was just one of those one decisions he made. Probably thought it wasn't nothing. Probably just a normal, regular, drunk day, leaving the club, speeding down, trying to get home, you know, and testing out how fast your car is. But you know, ultimately, he didn't see this happening. Nobody seen this happening, but it happened. But now he just here to deal with, you know, the consequences of them actions, man. I ain't gonna lie. Nobody has anything really bad to say about him, man. This situation had to be like probably the worst thing, you know, people got to say about him. Other than that, even after the situation, even his college coach didn't have anything bad to say.
I'm sure you saw the news about Henry Ruggs. Just have a comment on that and the incident that occurred in Las Vegas.
Yeah, well, you know, our thoughts and prayers, you know, certainly go out to all involved in this, you know, tragic situation, especially the victims. Our thoughts and prayers are certainly with them, but our thoughts and prayers are also with Henry, his family, and I think this is something that a lot of folks can learn from. I think a lot of players on our team, when we say challenge people to make good choices and decisions, do the right thing, because sometimes the consequences can be devastating. And these consequences are going to probably be pretty devastating to Henry. We love him, we're going to support him through it, but we also have a lot of compassion for the victims, and our thoughts and prayers are also with them.
As you can see right there, it was even tough for the coach to talk about it. But something special was done for Henry Ruggs III. He was actually granted a special release from prison so he could speak at a Hope for Prisoners event.
So before we go to Q&A, I have to ask a question, right? And because I normally I ask people about the situations in life, and it's going to be the tough question. Can you take us back to that night? I mean, do you feel comfortable talking about it? Because I think people, you know, want to know. Take us back to that night.
Let's just see. It's once again one of those days where I'm stepping out to enjoy, and I won't even say myself, but just to get away from the things that were holding me up, the things that were holding me down, you know. And well, we had just got out of practice that day. We're coming off a bye week where, you know, you get away, for the bye week, you go and distract yourself, and coming back, going to workouts, going to practice, it kind of like I just went back into that hole, and I'm like, reality hit again. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be in this situation, but then again, I have to. This is my life. This is my career. This is my job. So after that, let me take one more day. You know, we got an off day tomorrow. Let me take one more day to escape. Let me stay away as long as I can before I go into this last stretch of the season. And, you know, so set up a date night. Me and my girl was going out, and once again, being a people pleaser, people person, circumstances flipped, and I ended up driving my car, which I never planned on doing. Once again, life just works crazy. And, you know, we went to Top Golf, having a good time, have a couple drinks, and I should have went home. Let's just say I should have went home, trying to escape again and not paying attention to, I'm gonna say, details, because on our off days we can go in and get our workouts. And our quarterback at the time, Derek Carr, told us to be here early tomorrow, get the workout in, so that way, we can go home early the rest of the week. We can get our film in after practice and go. My mind, I don't want to be here. If I make it there in the morning, I make it. If I don't, so be it. It's not gonna hurt you to stay an extra hour at the facility. I don't mind. At this point, I don't want to be there anyway. I'm checked out anyway. And so at that point, I leave and go continue to escape. Can go somewhere else. Let the night keep going. Don't let the night end, because at this point, I think I'm happy. I'm away from all the stresses, away from all the pain, away from just not wanting to be. And it's an unfortunate situation that we wish, I'm sure we all wish that we can make some choices again and turn back the hands of time.
Right.
Granted that I never saw myself in that type of situation, and it eats me every day I wake up, because not only was I responsible for, a life being taken, but also lost my best friend in a car accident. So now I'm living with not only the guilt of not driving him, but the guilt of hurting someone else with me behind the wheel. So now every day I'm thinking, what else could I have done? How could I change that situation? And it kind of just makes me hyper focus on things now, because I don't need to escape from anything. Let me stay in this moment. Let me pay attention to what it is that I'm feeling, because look at that situation. I don't want my problems, my pain, my getaways to be the cause of something like that.
Right.
And I have to, I got to live with that every day. Every day I wake up, I got to think about that. Every time I see a car accident, I have to, that was once me.
Got it. When you say that you should have made the choice to go home that day, right? I think that life all comes down to a series of choices, right? Of what it is that we do. We do the right thing, do the wrong thing. It's a choice, right? And those choices that we make could change life in an instant, right? Those choices that we make can change life in an instant, right? And I know there was a time in my life where I made a whole lot of bad choices, right? But today, I try to live my life and live out the lyrics of a Tupac song, right? Don't anybody start laughing when I tell my age. You try to live out the lyrics of this Tupac song. What Pac said in the lyrics of this song, he said that my every move is a calculated step. Forget about what he said on the back end, because it was just crazy. But what he said was that my every move is a calculated step, meaning that I'm going to consider the consequences of my actions and understanding that my choices could cause ripple effects just far-reaching than I could ever even imagine.
What I got out of this, man, this was just a football player who just was tired of everything in his life having to be about football, bro. And it make you question, like, damn, you went through all of this all your life, making everything you do about football to get to that position and then not want to do it no more. Although it sounds crazy, but a lot of athletes feel that way. And a lot of athletes get up even when they don't want to do it. Hell, do you think LeBron wanted to get up for as many years as he's been getting up to train his body, work out, and play that sport and be the top contender at that sport for years and years and years. You think that was just easy for him to do, man? You think it's easy for all of these athletes to stay in their career as long as they doing it? No, it's not easy at all. As a matter of fact, it's probably harder than you could ever imagine. But that's what come with the game, man. Everything you do in life is gonna have to be consistent. It's gonna have to be repetitive. It may get annoying. It may start bothering you. You may want to go to the club and hang out, because that's basically what Ruggs was on. He was just on some, man, football right now. I'm finna go chill with my shorty. We finna go to the club. We finna drink, and I'm finna slide my Lambo. I ain't even going to practice tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? He reached a point where he ended up getting fed up with football and all, bro. And then it turned out this situation ended up happening, man. This is an unfortunate situation. I don't see Henry Ruggs being a bad guy, but I do see a lot of people learning from this mistake Henry made, man. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about this in the comments, bro. This is tough.
Break my bread.